Covering the Universal Orlando Resort for over 5 years, you are listening to the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 239 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. My name's Hunter Big H, and with me today I have Sheikah Slate Darren.
What's up, Internet?
I have Dragon Queen Tracy.
Hello, everybody.
And I've got Sparkling Tomato Headley.
I knew I was going to get a bad one.
What are you sparkling?
That's because he's listened to that last show and he knows that roast's coming at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
What's new, guys?
Not much.
What did I miss last 2 weeks?
Tracy came up with the idea that potentially we might do a roast of everyone, which could be fun.
Yeah.
It could be.
But you're not doing me because I can't
Could
take
be
it.
show ending. We'll see.
Couple of guest spots recently. Darren, you were on Universal After Dark.
Was I? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure if
It's
anyone...
a fever dream.
It was a strange intro because everyone who listened to it thought, hang on, I thought this was Universal After Dark, and hang on.
Yeah.
Whoever did your impression was spot on, though. It sounded just like you.
That was Craig Lucas,
An hour and a
actually.
half.
Yeah, Craig did mine. I did Lee. So it was crazy.
Oh, it was hilarious.
And then I got to cut loose a couple of weeks ago. I was on Hunter's little side project, this Grim Grinning Horse. It was quite liberating, actually.
Right.
Had a lot of fun.
It was.
So that wasn't the last episode, it was the episode before last, because that went up before my trip, so.
Yes, it was, yeah. It was fun, because I didn't care, so I just went off on it.
Well, now that we're back all on the same page, let's try to maintain some sort of ebb and flow here. Why don't we go ahead and start off with some Producers Club's birthdays?
I think that's a really good
That was
idea.
easy for him to say.
Well, this month we only have the one, and that is Laura Corcoran. And her birthday is March the 17th. That's St. Patrick's Day.
Is it?
Double celebration.
Woo!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Have a great one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if it is St. Patrick's Day, get bladdered.
If that's your thing.
And if it's not, drink Coke.
And
Or Pepsi.
just have a green Pepsi.
Yeah.
But have you ever mixed Dr. Pepper and sweet tea?
No.
Why?
Whoa.
That'll make sense in some context to like 3 people.
Oh, it made sense to me.
All right, then. Well, happy birthday to you. I want to start off things a little bit different. I've actually got an email from Kelsey that I'd like to read off. She says, hello, UUOP. So finally booked our trip to Universal the other day. We are going September 16th through the 20th, which I just found out is the first weekend of Halloween Horror Nights.
Woohoo!
So my questions are, is this a bad thing? We are staying at Hard Rock for 4 nights, so we will have express for the parks, but does this mean things will be super crowded? Secondly, would this be a good weekend to go to Halloween Horror Nights? We have never been and always really wanted to. It is our anniversary week as well, but with it being opening weekend, I don't want it to be a horrible experience. Question number 3, when should we buy tickets, now or while we are at Universal? Thank you guys for all that you do. The podcast is still my number 1. Little heart emoji, Kelsey May.
Aw.
So question number 1, well, Darren, you might be better suited to this one, but I always assumed Halloween Horror Nights, events nights, the actual days are going to be shorter, so less people are going to show up. Would you agree with that?
Well, yeah, the opening weekend, the opening night is kind of busy now. There's a lot of like really dedicated fans that want to be there opening night to see everything. So that has gotten a little busier than it has been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But
More
any
so
other subsequent
during
days that weekend will clear up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. I will say, just from listening to numerous podcasts last year, it sounds like Halloween Horror Nights has become this huge, just general media event, and they have all sorts of celebrities and kind of like media hosts there the very first night. So that's probably going to be one of the nights you're going to wait the longest, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the media event really will hold you up too much. They usually get them through the lines really fast. But the thing is a lot of people just go on that opening day. So it's not. I don't think it'll be overbearing, especially if you have Express. Anytime you have Express at Horror Nights, really isn't too bad.
But then, Darren,
it's manageable.
Going off the back of that, from obviously listening to you guys and listening to other podcasts and stuff over the last few years, what I tend to hear from that opening weekend is the operations guys don't generally have everything down pat. I think when we came over in 2015, that first couple of weeks, apparently the express pass lines were an absolute nightmare because they were still figuring it all out. So that could play into it a little bit.
Yeah, but still not unbearable, especially if you're going 2 nights. You can take it a little bit.
Theirs was 4 nights, so they could go more than one night, and then it's, if they can afford to go more than one night, they've got the express as well. They can just look at the map and split it up, if that's the case. But if it's your only opportunity to go, just do it.
That's it. Exactly. Yeah. If you've got the option to do Halloween Horror Night, do Halloween Horror Night. Yeah. Going and having a bad night, in my opinion, is better than not going at all.
Yes. And the fact that you stay on site, you've literally got a 5-10 minute walk back to the
Hard
hotel
Rock as well. Yeah,
it's perfect. Yeah. We stayed there last time. It was great. I just say go for it. But that's because I really want to go back. Just do it. If do it for me.
That's to say, if it's the difference between going and not going, I would always say go.
Yeah.
But do all your prep work before you go. Stay and make sure you do Stay and Scream and all that stuff. It's difficult because you can't do as much planning. I know you guys on the Dead Man's Digest will always sort of talk about which is the best way to start and which houses to hit first and which ones to leave till later. But that opening weekend, you obviously haven't got that foresight because people haven't started doing it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when all else fails, Finnegan's.
Yeah.
When you don't know what exactly is going to happen, go to Finnegan's. It's a good holding area, and you can eat food and drink.
Yeah. If you can get a table.
So.
Oh, you get kicked out like we did. Tickets, buy them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't wait till you get to the park.
I don't actually know where Kelsey's from, but I think she's in the US, but definitely if you're coming from the UK, definitely buy your tickets before you go.
But I'd say get them anywhere, and then you know you've got them. Especially if it is opening weekend.
I'm surprised she doesn't already have her tickets, because if she's booked the hotels, doesn't she receive a pretty good package rate on the actual theme park tickets?
I didn't think so.
I don't know.
Especially with Horror Nights. Don't they normally do Horror Nights packages as well, specifically?
They have started doing them, yes.
It was just at Royal Pacific, though, last year, wasn't it?
I don't know. I actually left, when they announced the Horror Nights dates, I left out the package details because I just thought, everyone will be able to go and find it. So I don't actually know what the packages are this year.
So that's a good one. But definitely get your tickets in advance. I think we're all in agreement on that one.
I think, Darren, I think you mentioned it. We talked... I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. Oh, it was when we talked about the ticket price rises, and you said that you were surprised how many people are still stood at the will calls waiting to go in first thing on a morning.
Yeah.
So by getting your tickets in advance, you're straight into the parks rather than... It might only be 6 people deep, but it's still 6 people deep that you've got to wait to get your ticket and then get into the park, whereas you can just walk straight in. I would always... It's difficult for us to sort of advocate any other way because we get such good deals over here. We would always buy our tickets in advance.
Yeah, it just seems so bizarre to me to wait until you're actually at the park to buy tickets.
Yeah.
Unless you have one of those days where you just drive past and you go, do you know what, let's go here today.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure it's very few and far between with people.
The fact that they've made it an option that you can buy your tickets on the app now as well.
Yeah. That's always good.
Yep.
All right, then. Well, why don't we go ahead and get into what I'm assuming is going to be the bulk of today's show. Talking about Fallon and all that. So let's go on over to Little Things with Seth, where he can kind of bring all that in.
Hi, everyone. This is Seth Kaburski from the Unofficial Guides and Orlando Weekly with the first look at all the little things that are new around Universal Orlando for March 2017. Obviously, the big news this time is that soft opens, or technical rehearsals, for the Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon ride have started at Universal Studios Florida. and the virtual queue system there is now testing. However, there's also some news on the other new attraction under construction in Universal Studios Florida. The Fast and the Furious building has some interesting theming going on the warehouse windows. It looks like they're testing out some broken window looks. And a new fence has just been erected near the old Beetlejuice Stadium next to the Walgreens First Aid. Another little note in that area is that the Doc's Candy Store in the New York area next to the Blues Brothers stage is still behind construction walls. Sorry, but I still have no idea what's going on in there or what's taking them so long for that refurbishment. A little bit of sad news is that wand prices in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter have just gone up. The non-interactive wands are now $44 plus tax, and the interactive ones are up to $50. A tiny thing that you might notice all over the Universal Orlando Resort is that team members are now wearing new name tags. The name tags have a slightly different shape. They're a little squared off on the side. And the change is to standardize the name tags between Universal Studios in Orlando and the Hollywood attraction. Over in the Lowe's Resort hotels, the Sapphire Falls Hotel has started a new event called Caribbean Carnival, held every Wednesday night. It looks a lot like the luau that is held over at the Royal Pacific. You get food, alcohol, and entertainment. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but we'll let you know as soon as I do. Over at Cabana Bay Beach Resort, Universal has been testing delivery robots, small automated machines that can deliver items like toothpaste or shampoo to guest rooms without human interaction. This is just a test for now, but you may see more and more robots wandering the hallways at the Universal Resorts in the future. And our final little thing for this week is that new buses have been spotted in the Universal area that will be used for Volcano Bay. Guests who are going to visit Volcano Bay, which opens at the end of May, are going to park in the regular Universal parking garage and take a bus over to the new water theme park. And those buses, with custom designs, have been spotted roaming around town. That's all for this time. This is Seth Kabursky, and I'll see you next time with more little things from around the Universal Orlando Resort.
They're trying to drain as much money out of that Wizarding World as they possibly can at the moment, aren't they?
Sounds that way.
So they've whacked up the wand prices, they've whacked up the butterbeer prices. What's next?
It kind of concerns me because, concern maybe isn't the proper word, but someone like me who's looked at the wands and they're like, hey, these are nice little mementos, kind of get them for special occasions and things like that. I know it's only I guess you could consider it a minimal price increase. I'd be interested to see the actual percentage, but you're less likely to splurge on those little things, especially when they are getting higher and higher into those premium item territory.
That's expensive. Like, you think if you go out, did both our kids get them the first time we went out?
Yeah.
You're looking at nearly $100 just for the non-interactive. And I think if you're going out now for the first time and you are going to buy a wand and you've got two kids, you're going to buy both. It's $100 for two wands.
I still haven't got one.
Yeah.
Plus a butterbeer each, plus everything
Ice
else.
cream,
It's
ice cream
expensive.
And they're nicely designed, but let's be fair here. The wands are usable at this one location, or if you get the non-interactive wands, then they kind of just sit on the shelf and look nice.
Yeah.
It's not a necessity by any means, but I guess it's no less practical than something like Mickey Mouse ears or anything like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, they all end up sat on a shelf or in a cupboard at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're little fiberglass pieces, and they're nice to look at, but they don't really serve any practical purpose. But, I mean, that could be said for any souvenir in the theme park world.
Yeah,
minus, clothing.
Yeah,
Not
literally.
even fiberglass, resin cast. So
Yeah.
they're very easily breakable, too. So when those kids bring them home and start playing with them, snap.
There's no magic comes out at the end of this, so I'm just going to whack you around the head with it.
There's unicorn hair in this one, right?
Yes.
Snap.
Yeah, I wonder how many kids have done that. Oh, what's in the middle of my wand?
I've kind of thought about it myself, but
Or they can reenact the most frustrating part of the film series where Harry just snaps his wand and throws it, or snaps the Elder Wand and throws it off the side of a bridge.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll pretend to be Ron.
Wrap it in sellotape.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, lots going on still, though.
Yeah, sounds that way.
Definitely. For sure. So let's go on ahead, because I did pick that segment on purpose because Seth kind of brought it up real quick with Jimmy Fallon. We actually have our YouTube videographer / corresponder / friend of mine, Kenneth. He's already seen Jimmy Fallon like almost 10 times. So he's excited to talk about it. So we're going to play that review for you all.
Hey, UUOP. It's Kenneth, your trusty YouTube videographer here. So Lee asked me to review the new Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon, because I've gotten a chance to do it quite a few times. 9 times, actually. So I've had some time to think about it. I've given it a few passes. Let's build it up. We'll do it this way. We'll just say, so the experience. This is how it works, all right? Ready? So far, I don't think they've used any of the virtual queue. This is off to a bad start. I liked it, okay? Fine, there. I said it, all right? Are you happy now? I said it. I like the ride a lot. But not just the ride, the whole thing. Because I think that this is actually the first Universal attraction, or maybe any attraction, that the ride, the thing is the whole thing. It's a whole package deal. So like, you really have to judge it based on the moment you enter the building to the time you get into the gift shop. All of that is the attraction. It's not just the ride. Because it's a really new approach, and I think that's what I like so much about it, is like, I walk up there and I see a 90-minute wait, and I'm like, cool, and I go right in. So, breaking it down, you walk in, and you get the colors. I think, well, let's assume that no one knows what I'm talking about. So you walk in, and you're given a card as you enter. Each person who enters the building is given a colored card. I think they also have been called peacock feathers. They're not shaped like feathers, though. But they are color-coded to one of the 6 colors in the NBC logo, in order: yellow, orange, red, purple, blue, green. So those are the colors that they use. And so when you enter the room, it's all colored to one of those colors. So when the lights change to the color of the card that you got, you can go upstairs. But in this downstairs lobby, you have a Tonight Show museum, basically. Each of the 6 hosts of the Tonight Show has their own display, and with props, and they're playing clips on a TV that one might have watched, or one would have watched, that iteration of the Tonight Show on. So like, you know, Steve Allen's Tonight Show clips are on like this really old-fashioned TV, black and white clips. You can barely tell what's happening. And then, you know, you have all 6 of them. Conan's in there. Probably my personal favorite. I love Conan. That's not important. So you hang out in that room. And I gotta say, it's everyone I know who has been there and has been to the real 30 Rock in New York says that it looks exactly like the real thing, which I know Universal's knack for recreating real places, and they're very good at it. And they, I think, nailed it on this one as well. So anyway, so let's say you got an orange card. The lights have turned orange. You hear the bum, bum, bum. The lights are now orange. Now you get to go upstairs. Upstairs is probably the best thing out of the whole attraction. I think the second floor is the main event, more than even the ride is. This is where you have interactive touch screens with, you can play games. They're very like, you know, kind of like app games, like the kind of game you would play on your phone. You can watch clips from the Tonight Show. You can read thank you notes, and you can also look at what the latest Tonight Show hashtag was. For some reason, you can't look at hashtags, though. I think that's one of the only things wrong with those touchscreens is they just tell you what the hashtag is, and they say, hey, tweet us with your hashtag. But they don't show you even any previous hashtags. So I think that screen is kind of a waste of time. Don't even bother looking at that one when you go. And then there's couches. You can charge your phone. It's like a lounge. It's great. Like, I would hang out there even if I wasn't wanting to go on the ride. This is just a great place to hang out. Very inviting. There's music by The Roots playing. It really feels like a lounge. Like, the only thing I'm missing, honestly, is a bar. Like, if they built this exact same room at one of the hotels and they added a bar, I think it might be one of the more popular, it would be my favorite bar. I would be there all the time. So, at the far end of the room is a room with a stage. There's a stage there. There are 3 screens playing clips from The Tonight Show. And every now and then, a barbershop quintet will come out called the Ragtime Gals, and they will do a cappella songs, or they'll do lip sync battle, or history of rap, or classroom instruments, and then hashtag, the panda comes out and dances and does a meet and greet around the room. This is honestly the best thing about the entire attraction. Like, this is the main event. When people leave early because their color was called and they missed the show, like, you are allowed to wait longer and watch the rest of the show if you want. That's allowed. I don't know how happy they will be with you, but really, like, I think it's worth it. You should wait until after hashtag dances, get a picture with him, and then go on the ride. Because this is the best thing. It's the best thing about the attraction. I love it. You can see so many videos online already, including mine. It's just phenomenal. It's my favorite thing in Universal right now. Like, I'm going to keep going back. Actually, I have gone back to watch the Ragtime Gals and then leave without doing the ride. I've done that. I've seen the waiting area 10 times. I've ridden the ride 9. So that'll tell you something. But then we get to the actual ride. When your color is called, you go, you return your card. This is the only time where you actually wait in a line, because you have to queue up to go and grab your glasses. They sort you into your rows. You watch the pre-show starring... It's like the opening of an episode of The Tonight Show. It's fantastic. You have the Roots. You have Jimmy and Steve Higgins. And it's great. I should also preface... It's too late to preface anything. I should also say that I have always been a huge fan of Jimmy Fallon since he was on Saturday Night Live. I've always loved him. I am a huge fan of NBC as a historical entity in the world of television and entertainment. NBC has had some of the best shows, I think, ever. It's my favorite network, and I love the legacy of The Tonight Show. I respect it a lot, and I really enjoy it. So with all that being said, I think this attraction was like kind of tailor-made for me. I would understand it if there are people who get on the ride and leave disappointed. That makes sense to me, but I personally love it because it's The Tonight Show, it's Jimmy Fallon, and it's just silly. Like, the thing about the ride is it's very similar to Minions, except the whole theater is one vehicle rather than this, like, 4 across and like 6 back in Minions. It's only one, and it seats 72 people, and it's a recreation of the studio seats at Studio 6B where The Tonight Show is really filmed. Like, you're sitting in those seats, and it's a motion simulator. And anyone who thought it wouldn't be was being maybe too optimistic or fooling themselves. I don't know. To me, it exceeded my expectations because the idea of a ride based on The Tonight Show or a ride based on Jimmy Fallon is kind of absurd. And the fact that the ride is actually like fun and silly and like it's not anything thrilling, no one's gonna leave like feeling exhilarated or anything, but like it always gets laughs every time I go on it. Everyone I've heard getting off the ride has always been a pretty positive reaction, like, you know, a full house of regular park guests all just leaving and saying, that was pretty good. I liked that. Like, I hear that every time I leave. I think it's great, honestly. And it's no secret. Anyone who knows me knows I was never a fan of Twister. On the last day of Twister, I went wearing a Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon shirt. I've been celebrating the demise of Twister and anticipating its demolition for years. And so I'm not necessarily glad that Twister is gone, but I am glad that there is something new. I think that the Jimmy Fallon second floor lobby pre-show entertainment is better by itself than anything that was in Twister. And I think it's great. But those are just my thoughts, mine alone. I do not represent anyone except for me, myself. Anyway, this is Kenneth, your trusty YouTube videographer, saying, have a good day. Bye-bye.
When are you two planning on going down to check it up, or up, whatever it is, across?
Check it up.
Check it out.
Now, I waited too long, and now spring break is happening, so...
All right. Hunter, any plans soon?
It might be one of those things I just drop by, check that out, and hang around the park for like 2 hours or whatever, because like Darren's saying, spring break... Spring break. Yeah, 420 blazing. The most appealing part of visiting Universal Studios right now is just to see the new stuff like Jimmy Fallon, just because I know it's going to be so busy. Mm-hmm. So it might be one of those things, book a virtual ticket, show up, ride that, and then just next time we go to Orlando. So we'll see, we'll get a chance. It's not really something that I'm like dying to make it out to. It's not like Kong or when Escape from Gringotts opened or anything like that, where it's like I need to dedicate a whole day to go check it out. But when I get a chance, we'll go check it out.
Yeah, we're looking to go over for an afternoon on a Sunday here soon. So
cool.
Yeah,
cool. I really, because I think, like Kenneth said, he's a massive fan of Jimmy Fallon and NBC, so he's a little biased to it. But it's quite interesting. I got into, I don't know what's going on with me at the moment, but I got into a bit of a bit of a heated debate with someone in the annual pass holders group last week that basically just went, the Jimmy Fallon ride sucks. And I was like, but everybody, you're looking at it the wrong way. Exactly like Kenneth said, everybody's judging it on the ride itself, where it's not. You've got to look at it as the entire experience. I mean, I'll be honest, if you go to our YouTube channel, Kenneth's video of all the queue on there, and I agree with him. I'm a massive fan of a barbershop quartet, and I think the Ragtime Gals are fantastic. I've watched that a few times. In fact, to the point where I've got that Beyonce song stuck in my head all the time. It's killing me at the moment.
That's all the wiggling is you doing around the house, isn't it?
I'm excited to ride it whenever the hell that'll be, but basically the guy I had an argument with said it should be better than it is, and the conversation kind of went back and forwards and went, but you can't expect every ride to be a knock it out at the park e-ticket attraction. And he was like, well, why not? Because that's not how theme parks work. To which he come back with, just because that's not how they work doesn't mean we can't expect it. They said, but if you had a theme park full of, there's actually another guy came in and took my back a little bit and sort of said, if you had a theme park that was all e-tickets, you'd have a park with 4 rides in it, because a theme park can't afford to put in these massively themed, massively expensive rides. So you have little attractions like this that take people out of the other rides and stuff. And I basically said to him in the end, I appreciate your comment, but if you don't like it, that's fine. Enjoy the fact that it's taking people out of the rides that you want to ride.
Yeah. I just wonder what's going to happen when, like Twister, the crowds are not big in there. So, like, on the slower times of the year, when there's not that many people in the attraction, I'm sure those live actors and live entertainment aren't going to be in there for like a group of 3 people.
Yeah, that's a good
moving
point.
Through the queue, or if they're just going to push you straight on. I'm guessing that's why they have the multiple rooms, so that they can just push you right on the ride. And in that case, then that whole point of the attraction being everything, I guess that we'll have to wait and see.
But it's kind of like, I think it was Craig said it on Universal After Dark, he equated it to Disaster, where they kind of had it was set up very similarly, where they didn't push you into one room, like that first room, until they had enough people. So potentially they could do the same if they wanted to. So whereas in the space of 10 minutes, you might have 2 colour changes when it's busy, at a slow time, that 10 minutes might only see 1 colour change to get 2 groups of people going, that effectively then becomes 1 group rather than it being two. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's something Universal has done a few times before. Like Alfred Hitchcock was like that. They had the multiple rooms, to push the crowds through. So you had that many groups going through it at a time.
Yeah.
You could effectively triple the number of people that are in there. And like you said, Disaster, Earthquake, all those kind of attractions as well. They use that idea. Even the Ghostbusters attraction that used to be in the same building, and Twister, it pushed you through multiple rooms before you got to the actual attraction itself. But yeah, overall, I would say that most of the reviews I've seen said the queue, quote unquote, is amazing.
Yeah.
That's the really good part of it. And then, the actual attraction portion, the ride portion of it, is kind of weak.
It's an interesting discussion to have, because I think that's kind of the trap that Universal has fallen into consistently ever since Hogsmeade is open, where the queue is the standout part of the attraction versus the actual attraction itself. Look at Escape from Gringotts and look at I personally really like Reign of Kong, but a lot of people consider that to be a disappointment, with the queue being the standout there.
Well, maybe they should just do a queue.
Yeah, everything's just a walk through.
Yeah.
Well, there's one at Disney and everyone there's one at Disney and everyone complains about. It's called the Swiss Family Treehouse.
I like that. But it's no different from the houses at Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, but they haven't got a queue.
That's what it's just a walk through.
Yeah.
I'd still go through if it was something that I
Hey,
really
if they set up like movie sets like that, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't see a problem with that. Not having a ride payout at the end.
Yeah.
No, it just kind of ties into my previous point. I think a lot of people are kind of not necessarily disappointed with Universal, but it's been, let's see, Hogsmeade opened in 2011. Is that correct? 2010.
Yeah.
So it's been going on 7 years. 7 years since Universal has really developed a home run of an attraction, like an absolute grand slam. I mean, Forbidden Journey, when that came out, that kind of changed everything, as far as some people put that on the same level as stuff like your Haunted Mansions and your Pirates of the Caribbeans and things like that. And, you know, while I might like some of the rides, I'm not a huge fan of Gringotts, but like I said, I do like Reign of Kong. They have a really, really high pedestal to reach with Forbidden Journey. And I think consistently they haven't hit that, you know, for almost a decade now. So I'm really hoping Fast and Furious turns that around. It's not just another one of kind of these motion rides, but we'll have to see. We were having this discussion on Twitter recently. A lot of people are not necessarily frustrated with Universal, but I think people are thinking that maybe they're not doing exactly everything they could or should be doing as far as these attractions are concerned.
It's difficult, isn't it, though, because they've probably, you know, they've got to look at the budget they've got. What do? Do you put in one, maybe two real e-ticket attractions, or do you do what they're doing and put half a dozen sort of C/D tickets in?
Yeah, but that's the difference between like a world-class resort destination like Universal versus something like a Six Flags.
Yeah, but even the crappiest ride that they put in generally is better than a Six Flags.
Sure. But if you want to be the competitor to the Mouse up the road, you're going to have to consistently deliver a product. Now, I'm not saying Disney has delivered anything spectacular since Everest either, which that's, going on
2006?
Yeah, so that's going on 11 years old. I'm not saying they've done anything major in the United States either, but if you're trying to compete with your competitors, you've at least got to be as consistent as they had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fairness, though, we watched the thing. There was a news broadcast thing, whatever, on Inside the Magic Post at the weekend that they got to have a wander around Avatar Land. I think it looks stunning.
Yeah, it's... Now, that said, I think Diagon Alley is absolutely stunning as well. And I'm kind of worried that, not to go too far off on a tangent, I'm kind of worried that Avatar is going to be the same thing. It's going to be kind of a mediocre ride with this really cool land with a bunch of shops. But so we'll have to wait and see that one.
You talk about Gringotts as well. The difficult with that is, you saying you don't like the attraction that much, Hunter, but would you have rather that they pulled budget out of Diagon Alley to make that a better ride, or are you happier that it is what it is? That they cut corners in the land itself to make a better attraction?
So that's the interesting discussion, isn't it? Because if you would have given me the option between actually fully enclosing Diagon Alley and shielding it from the rest of the park or enhancing the actual attraction, I'd probably go overall towards increasing the actual land itself, or enhancing the land itself, which I think is ultimately what they did. But with their cash cow being Potter, and Potter as big as it is, they should have been totally willing to put as much money as absolutely possible behind that. I understand it more with an attraction like Kong, where Kong's not really... I mean, at the time, Universal was signed up to help release the new movie, which I still want to see. Supposedly it's pretty good.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks great. But... you know, there was no direct tie to Kong, or there was nothing current coming out minus this film, which they eventually dropped off for. I understand putting less of a budget behind there, but when you have such a surefire hit like Harry Potter, why wouldn't you make your attraction Forbidden Journey +2?
Agreed, but this is the thing, you know, it's all speculation on our part. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors, what restraints or whatever the company have put on them, what they've got planned in the future, that they might be holding certain budgets back that they could have put into that to put into future stuff. You just don't know, do you? I'll be honest, I think they've potentially had one eye on what's going on now. I think that we had a discussion on the Producers Club page yesterday, I think, with Trump getting in, and I'm not going to get political at all with this, but with Trump getting in and with us putting the vote in to leave Europe, the exchange rate between the US and the UK isn't particularly strong, and then people's opinions of Trump, I think tourism to Orlando in the next year at least is going to suffer substantially.
I completely agree.
So maybe they've got one eye on that. You can't say that for like Gringotts and stuff like that, but potentially for what the, you know, with Fallon and what Fast and Furious is going to be, and then anything beyond that.
And even, I mean, I wonder how much of their theme park budget. We've known about Volcano Bay for quite some time. I mean, we've been talking about Volcano Bay since the podcast started.
Pretty much.
At least as far as concepts and everything is concerned. I wonder how much of that is, hey, we need to save up resources so we can put this towards Volcano Bay. And I really hope Volcano Bay is, you know, a supermassive grand slam of an attraction. But I'm not sure how much of that you can accomplish with a water park. It's going to be unlike anything we've ever seen if they fully nail it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But I do think a lot of people are kind of riding off of what happens with Fast and Furious, because at that point, you know, you've almost hit the 10-year mark. And if you haven't delivered something on the scale of Forbidden Journey, I think a lot of people are going to consider you a one-hit wonder, at least for a while.
Mm-hmm. And sadly, I just don't see how they could. I know that it was going under, I mean, the rumor is it's going under a lot of retooling.
Yeah.
From what we originally, thought was coming as far as like the Hollywood attraction was concerned. So,
well, it was supposed to be opening this year originally, wasn't it? And they've knocked it back till next year now.
Yeah, but just having not heard any more rumors about any new ride systems or anything going in, I am definitely concerned about it.
Yeah, I think if it's just another bog standard Universal screen-based attraction, I'm the biggest defender of Universal, but I'm getting to the point where you have to concede that they are getting a little too screen heavy. And I think with Avatar opening and hopefully with what they do with Star Wars, it's going to push Universal. You need that next renaissance of going back to animatronics, because that Navi animatronic in Avatar are just stunning.
However, that is the only audio animatronic that's going to be in the attraction, which when it costs millions and millions of dollars, that's understandable, I guess. But it's some sort of, I mean, I like Transformers plenty enough, but if they would have actually incorporated that Optimus Prime audio animatronic like it was rumored, I think a lot of people would have a higher opinion of it. Or like,
that wasn't a rumor.
It's the Kong effect, if you will.
Yeah, that Transformers, the Optimus Prime, wasn't a rumor. They built it. I think it was Brent Young we had on when he worked on the Madagascar ride at Singapore. He told us at that point when they first built it for Singapore, they built that audio animatronic and it just wasn't reliable enough, because basically what they said was with it being the finale of that attraction, that if it didn't work, it would basically, you'd come out of that attraction like, the end's done. Whereas at least with a screen, it's going to work time after time after time after time. So you can understand when things like that do get cut.
For sure. It's just, if you're going to maintain that argument about the audio animatronics being hard to maintain, then at the very least you need to maintain your projectors. Yeah. Because Forbidden Journey, and supposedly the projectors have received an increase lately.
Yes,
but you've got to stay consistent with that.
I think it was Seth posted yesterday, he was out there saying, I think it was the Whomping Willow wasn't working, but the projections look really, really good. So, yeah. That was us talking about Fallon.
I like to think Superman has that audio animatronic Optimus Prime in his backyard now.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. Just a little freedom fighter.
Every morning, just stretch, go out there. What's up, Optimus Prime? A little freedom fighter.
Imagine what that finale would have been like if you'd have had a, not necessarily full size, but a huge animatronic of Optimus Prime roll up and transform in front of you. You'd be like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I think Darren agrees with me in this, because Darren and I, full disclosure, we've been spending a lot of time with Zelda Breath of the Wild lately on our Nintendo Switches. Get at us. Anyways, I really think Universal's next big thing is Nintendo, and if they fully deliver on a Mushroom Kingdom or a Hyrule, I think that's going to be their competitor to Avatar Land. I think we've got to even look forward beyond Fast and Furious, but I'm just hoping not too many people. I think you're going to continue to see growth for Universal, but I think the theme park community we're a pretty small majority overall, but the theme park community is getting a little tired with Universal's attractions currently. I think Nintendo is going to be their saving grace if they deliver on what people want, which is a dark ride or whatever have you.
Yeah, I mean, I think going back, talking about Fallon, I think this is very much a test bed Not necessarily for the attraction itself, but I think the queuing system and stuff you're seeing is very much a test bed for what they're going to be looking to implement in future attractions. I think they've seen the opportunity to put something in to replace Twister that's new and fresh, but also use it as a testing area for the future of queuing.
100%. And I do think, more so than us just being entitled theme park fans, I think the important thing to realize is, hey, we are getting something new for something that's just been kind of sitting in the corner rotting for years now with the Twister Ride It Out experience. Not left to die, but I mean, it's pretty much there. It never had a long wait, and it was never utilized for anything besides a people eater for the really busy summer and holiday season. Yeah. So we do get something new, and that's nice. I don't think Fallon is something we're going to be talking about a decade from now. I definitely think it's going to be replaced with something else before we even hit that point.
Yeah. It's only just opened. Can't be talking about closing it down already. It hasn't even opened yet, in fact.
I don't think it has a shelf life. I think it's going to ultimately be relevant for a handful of years, and then they're going to have to figure out something to put that in.
Yeah.
Well, they did say they'd be able to change about like every element of this. They made it very highly interchangeable, especially if a new host takes over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
sure. And this is kind of, at least I'm kind of looking at it like what Hanna-Barbera used to be, and then evolving into Nicktoon Blast, and then evolving into Minion Mayhem. They're going to be able to just fit multiple things into there as time goes on. They know that this is basically probably got a short shelf life, and they're going to have to be ready to retheme it at any given point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like a lot of the stuff that's already in the parks, they haven't had to pay a massive licensing fee for it. You know, it's something that's, it's brand owned by the company that owns the theme park. So it won't have cost them that much, I'm sure.
For sure. Me personally, if you said we could put all this money towards another new attraction in Universal Studios Florida, or we could use that money towards revitalizing some of their classic attractions like E.T., really doing an overhaul for it, I think we'd all be more in line for that than something totally new. What do you guys think?
It's E.T., you're asking the wrong person.
Anything. Talking about would you rather revitalize stuff that's there or have something new?
I'd like to bring him back.
No, then that's not an option.
I'd like to see them revitalize The Simpsons Back to the Future.
That's another one. Upgrade they did, but they're going to have to consistently stay on top of like the new technology that's coming in and keep current with the times instead of just letting it sit for 5, 6, 7 years at a time.
I think no matter what they do, though, if they upgraded something that was existing and give it a really great upgrade, it'd still upset the fanboys because they want the original.
True.
The thing is, Disney are doing it. Disney have done it how many times now with the Haunted Mansion and Pirates?
Yeah, but they're just small tweaks at a time.
But then you look at Universal. Let's be honest, there ain't that many old attractions in there that you could really revitalise.
True.
You can maybe go in and change a couple of the animatronics up in the Mummy. Cat in the Hat desperately needs something doing to it.
It's just weird where the priorities are, because if you would have told me, hey, we're going to take out Disaster, or if we could use that money towards putting something new in Toon Lagoon, I think Islands of Adventure, we've gone over 1 million times over, but Islands of Adventure is really where the help needs to go.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want to do it so soon after introducing Kong, but
that's a lot of money, because if they do Lost Continent, or they go in and do something with Toon Lagoon, it's going to be an entire land change. Mm-hmm. So that's not a $200 or $300 million sweep. It's a massive, because that footprint, if you look at an aerial view of Toon Lagoon, just Dudley Do-Right itself, the footprint is huge.
Yeah.
And then Popeye as well. You think how much area that goes round. That land, I would arguably say that land is probably the biggest land in Islands of Adventure. So that's going to, if you think they've got to retheme and put new attractions in that whole area, that's a massive undertaking. Yes, it desperately needs it, but there's some money getting ploughed into that.
But even the cost you brought up, I'm looking at the reports right now. For Forbidden Journey and Hogsmeade as a whole, they only spent $200 million.
$250
to completely redo. There's a bunch of different reports. The one I'm looking at is 200. Yeah. So it might kind of be up in the air, but Universal really knows how to use a budget.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you replace the stuff that's really, really outdated like Toon Lagoon before you go in adding Disaster? While it might not be everybody's favorite attraction, is something that can kind of hold over, and you're keeping the classic fans happy.
I think in that case it was. I mean, you got a multi-park deal going there, so you've got the attraction going in Hollywood and here. Yeah. So I think they said, okay, to have the attraction in Hollywood, you're going to also have the attraction in Orlando. Yeah. Oh, where are you going to put that in? And that's where they went, okay, I guess we're going to have to put it in here.
Because you're paying for the R&D work once.
It would be great if Fast and Furious was just in the middle of Toon Lagoon, though.
Yeah, absolutely. It is pretty much a cartoon when you watch those movies, so you're not far off.
Rather than changing all the stuff up, they're trying to drag new people in, aren't they? So rather than refreshing Toon Lagoon, it's still not going to be massively relevant, whereas they can do ads with King Kong, Fast and Furious, Jimmy Fallon. It's all stuff that's in the sort of public view now that's going to draw people in.
Yeah.
I think they're looking at it that way, which is potentially quite short-sighted, but...
Oh, now I'm thinking of a Fast and the Furious Amazing Race crossover. Like Snidely Whiplash and all that.
Wacky Races.
Yeah, Wacky Races. Yeah. That would be awesome.
Wacky Races, that's it.
Yes.
At least the Hanna-Barbera cartoons are still kind of relevant. The new strip cartoons are completely out.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see those bigger changes in when they start implementing the Illumination stuff, when they start implementing the DreamWorks stuff, when that really comes online, and then Nintendo. I think they've got one eye on. They sort of said right from the beginning when NBC took over that we're going to chuck $500 million at the parks every year and put in multiple attractions. But then this Nintendo deal's come on. This plot of land down by the Orange County Convention Center the Orange County Convention Center's come online. So what their original plan was has now changed, and they're having to sort of look at the budget that they did have and spread it potentially a little thinner than they were originally.
For sure. It's just, I hope they don't cut too many corners when it comes to these attractions, because then you're only going to end up, yes, you've got something hot and you've got something that you can put up billboards for and attract people and run commercials. But if the attraction's not that good, people are just going to consistently say, yeah, I mean, they've got all these cool properties, but they keep half-assing the actual attractions.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to come out.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
It's killing me at the moment, I'll be honest. I've already been pricing up this weekend. It's like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, price at Wedge. No.
I do think next on their list is going to be the Islands of Adventure overhaul, Islands of Adventure 2.0. It'll be interesting to see, if this podcast is still around in 10 years, it'll be interesting to see where Islands of Adventure is at that point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I keep plugging an article I wrote when we came back in 2015 about how that park was, it's very, very stagnant. Even Hogsmeade, taking Hogsmeade and Skull Island into consideration, it's still very much a park of the early 2000s. It hasn't changed an awful lot. Yet you look at the studios, and it's compared to like the first time we went in 2004, it's a very different park.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, very true.
It's interesting that Islands of Adventure has become their classic part and Universal Studios is their more modern park. I never thought you'd say that, but...
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, that was the one that when they built it was the state-of-the-art theme park that I still say to this date that a lot of what theme parks have become now is purely down to what Universal did with Islands of Adventure.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And then it's just become... it is what it is. I mean, I still love it, but not as much as I did. It was that park that made me fall in love with Universal. Mm-hmm. And now it's kind of like, I think I said it when we were over in 2015, we spent the least amount of time in Islands of Adventure that we ever have done.
So let me ask you this real quick, because we keep going down. What lands do you see retaining in Islands of Adventure 10, 15 years from now? I see personally Hogsmeade, I see Jurassic Park, and I see Port of Entry. I think anything else is kind of up in the air.
I think Zeus Landing will still be there. especially with Illumination coming on board, that we're already, you know, they're doing, what is the Grinch next year, and then they're doing something else. So,
I do think that land, it might still be themed to Dr. Seuss, but you're going to see that transfer over into the animated Seuss verse instead of being the classic literary,
which is a great
inspiration.
I'd like to see it a mashup of the both of them. But yeah, I can see that. I think Lost Continent, I can't believe it still is what it is. Two are going to go Marvel. Marvel's an interesting one. Who knows?
Yeah. When is Disney finally just going to throw enough money over to Comcast to say, "Hey, come on"?
Yeah, I think if we're going to see it, if we're ever going to see it, it's going to be within the next 5 years. But we'll see.
Yeah, because this comic book bubble's got to bust at some point, right?
Yeah, you would think so. But I mean, it's like, how much money have Disney got to chuck at Universal? There's no reason at this point for Universal to go, no, you can have it back. Because they're just, I've said before, at this point, the only place you can go and meet and see Marvel characters in Orlando is at Universal. So whether it's owned by Disney or not, people are still going, the kids are going to go, I want to go and see Captain America or whatever, and that's where you have to go. So Universal are still getting, it might only be a tiny percentage, but they're still getting that trickle of people who are Marvel fans going into the parks because of that. There's no reason.
I've read some articles and I've read some people's pleas and things like, I don't think there's ever going to be a thing where Disney is going to just license out the current Marvel Cinematic Universe to Universal. It's either they're going to buy it out or they're just going to let Universal have what they have and not touch anything else.
Maybe.
I will say it's weird coming back from California. Over at California Adventure, they have a Spider-Man meet and greet, just like out in the middle of the streets. And I'm like, this is odd. Because you got Mickey Mouse on one corner and then you got Spider-Man in the other.
Because you're obviously so used to meeting Spider-Man in Islands of Adventure and going, what the hell?
Absolutely.
Odd, yes. But yeah, I know. I think again, when we came back in 2015, because we didn't go anywhere but Universal, that screen-based, like, I can't think of the word I want to use, but just that of being...
it got old.
Yeah, very quickly. When all you're doing is jumping... Because like we did it virtually 8 days in a row. And when you're doing, you're jumping into the studios and you're riding The Simpsons and Gringotts and Hogwarts Express and Minions, and it does get old very quickly.
And it might be me romanticizing it or just being overly nostalgic, but at least stuff like, okay, so Back to the Future, yes, that's a screen-based attraction, but you're actually sitting inside your own personal DeLorean, and that's fully fitted to look like the DeLorean would be with the flux capacitor and everything like that. With these theater attractions, you're just kind of sitting in the row and looking at a screen, and that's about it. And Transformers, you've got the what's the Autobot's name? Evac, yes, thank you. You've got Evac, but it's just kind of like this scarred up scoop vehicle, so it's the same thing.
Isn't the ride vehicle in Cat in the Hat the same as the one that's in Men in Black? I'm sure that's right.
Yes, it's like different variation, but
which is bizarre.
The Jimmy Fallon thing is just kind of that too, just a big, huge one on one fixed platform, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a flying theater. Remember, it's supposed to be a Soarin' type attraction.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not.
Thanks,
world class, first of its kind.
Anyway,
last time I listened to a Universal employee,
maybe if they followed me, I'd actually listen to him.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just going to run into the ground at this point. All right. Speaking of running into the ground, I think we've kind of covered absolutely everything with this. Kenneth, thanks for sending in your review. I know. Yeah. Thanks for contributing. We appreciate you, buddy.
No, well, none of us have got to ride it, so I knew Kenneth was going out there for technical rehearsals. Yeah, I've got to remember that it is still only in technical rehearsals as well.
So why don't we hang out for a second? Let's check in with Maureen at Autism at the Park.
Hi, this is Maureen Deal with Autism at the Parks, and I'm reporting from Universal Orlando Resort for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. And today I'm outside the horror makeup show at Universal Studios, Florida. Now, this show is for all family members. However, those who may be sensitive to scary movies or a few scares in the show. Parental discretion is advised. Guests may remain in their wheelchair throughout, and those with service animals can see an attendant for access information. The show does not have a height requirement, so everyone in the family can attend. Now, I always tell everyone to come see it because it's funny but interesting, and it's a nice stop along the way while you're here at Universal Studios Florida. And this has been Maureen Deal for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, signing off from Universal Studios Florida.
I love the horror makeup show.
Yes.
It's legitimately one of my favorite things at Universal Studios Florida. Speaking of classic attractions, it's gone through a bunch of different incarnations, but the idea of the horror makeup show being a live, more of a comedy presentation has stayed the same. So, real big fan.
Yes.
Go check that out if you haven't.
Yeah, I mean, we made sure to go and see it last time because I was messaging Summer Aiello back and forwards to try and find out when she was working it so we could see it when she was doing it. But
she's great.
Apparently, the dream duo, and I've seen video of it, is you want Summer and Robin because they're hilarious.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, the show's great, but also like the holding area, if you like, that's awesome. You can spend a long time in there.
Yeah, that's something. It's funny that it's with all the rumours that have been going on around the resort, that's never been mentioned, and I'm sure that was an opening day attraction.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I believe so, right?
Yeah, it's never ever been sort of the part of any sort of rumour of that going away, which is good. I don't want it to, but there's not enough of that type of thing in the parks anymore.
Everybody knows we all love that.
I still don't understand why they don't open it during Horror Nights and ramp it up a little bit.
That makes no sense.
It doesn't at all, does it? You've one and only horror attraction and you close it during your horror event.
Yeah.
Just give somewhere for people, to escape from what's going on outside, have a sit down for half an hour, takes the crowds out the lines for a little bit. I think they should.
Yeah, and just theme it to that year's, movies that they're featuring. So,
well, that's it. Because I think we've talked about it before. You've got all your Horror Nights makeup artists, so you can actually have makeup artists in there who work on the event, showing you what they do. I think Darren, we've discussed it on this show before. Basically, you use the horror makeup show during Halloween Horror Nights to promote the event.
Yeah. That would be great, and of course, it's very obvious with the number of people that do the behind the scenes tours and that kind of thing, that fans are really interested in seeing how things are made and how things are put together. So even if they're featuring their original houses, and things that they did for that, if it's some kind of licensing issue or something, that would still be awesome.
Yeah, because they could change it up every year to sort of maybe do. So, like, say for last year, we're going to do Ghost Town, and you could theme the show for that next year based on creating that original house for Halloween Horror Nights last year. That would be awesome.
Universal, we're hired.
That would be so cool, though. And then again, if you're doing that during the day, that's also then promoting your event to your general theme park people who are just going during the day might think, actually, that looks really cool. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. You can change it up quite easily and use it as a self-promotion tool. Summer, I know you listen. Get on to them.
Speaking of scary stuff, Darren, there's a new ticket offer. Tell me about that.
I thought he was going a different way there.
Me too.
Ooh, Universal Orlando Resort has launched a limited time offer for U.S. and Canada residents,
Boo.
Okay. Yeah. Hostility to the Canadians. Especially since they show such loyalty to you. And all.
No, it was more that we don't get a UK one.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Purchase a 2-day, 2-park ticket for as low as $199.99 for adult and receive 2 extra days free.
Woo!
This limited time offer is valid for purchase through May 3rd, 2017, and is valid for 7 days from the first use. Must be used in full by May 31st, 2017. And remember, it's exclusive to the U.S. and Canada residents. Just wanted to rub that in again one more time.
4 days for $200 isn't bad, is it? What's that? $50 a day? It's not bad at all.
No.
Yeah.
You can afford to buy one of those overpriced wands.
Yeah.
True.
How much is a 4-day ticket normally? Do we know? No.
$200? It's been told.
No, that's how much it is during the deal. Shut up, you. Tables are turned.
It's $180.
It might be. Take that, US and Canada. We're actually charging you $10 more.
Got to charge more because we've got no UK tourism.
There we go.
Packages and tickets. Let's have a look. Their new website's loading up very slowly. Not only that, you buy up to 3. They don't even do a 4-day ticket.
Well, there you go. So how much is a 3-day ticket?
What's that? What?
They don't do a 4-day ticket.
Purchase a 2-day, 2-park ticket and receive 2 extra days. Oh, you're saying they don't do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That you're getting for that offer, you're getting 4-day ticket. But if you wanted to go in and buy a 4-day ticket, you can't even get it. A 3-park, 3-day ticket.
I've got a 4-day ticket option.
No, I'm just looking on the website here, and it's not. It's only giving me 3 days.
Where did you?
On the Universal website, on the new one. A 3-day, 3-park ticket's $314.99. A 2-park 3-day ticket is $274.99. So that's
a good
like
deal.
I've got a 4-day. Okay, well, I don't know where I am, but I'm on the same page. I've got a 2-park 4-day ticket for $284.99.
So that's like $85 cheaper. That's not bad, is it? I suppose.
Do you feel it for the
and then the new 3-park 4-day ticket. I'll just mention really quick for Volcano Bay as well for $324.99.
It's
So
like
$284 to $324.
that's like an annual pass
Yeah.
price, isn't it? Oh yeah, you can get up to a 5-day ticket. It just wasn't scrolled down far enough. Oh, well, there you go.
Loony.
There we go. Okay.
That's a pretty decent offer then, really. Obviously, a quieter time of the year where they're trying to get people in, entice them in with good offers.
Yeah, $85 off though, basically. So
Yeah, not bad at all.
Cool.
All right. Well, we're reaching the end of the show, but it is not a UUOP show without learning about the vegetarian options we can get at Universal. So, Tracy, what can I veg out on?
Hey, I like that.
Yes. Well, this week, of course, I'm remaining in City Walk. I'm assuming I'm remaining in City Walk for a little while yet.
I don't know how many's left.
But we're heading over to the Toothsome Chocolate Emporium and Savoury Feast Kitchen for the vegetable press. Well, that went flat, didn't it?
It's like a...
Aha! So, Toothsome's vegetable press is made up of roasted vegetables, portobello, I always say portobello mushrooms, arugula pesto.
I need that sound bite on here.
Arugula. Nobody crash. Gruyere and dill Havarti cheeses.
I don't even know what that is.
And they think this is a veg-friendly sandwich you won't want to miss.
It looks weird.
And it looks divine. It looks squidgy. And it does. It's got with...
the bread looks like omelette, I think.
No, it's... You know how paninis go really crispy on the outside? But if you've got something that's a bit gooey in the middle, the bread soaks it up so the bread goes gooey as well. It just looks like you'd have that crisp and then a big soft squidge bite in the middle. It looks like comfort food.
I need to start leaving these pictures in for everyone to see rather than just me and you.
It looks... It looks amazing. It comes with the... also the picture is a bucket of fries. What's with serving things in buckets?
Yeah.
It's...
Also, chocolate is vegetarian, isn't it?
Milk chocolate is vegetarian, but not vegan.
Vegetarian, not vegan, yeah. I would say so.
Okay. So, yum.
Yeah. But there's no chocolate in the sandwich as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Well,
that chocolate cocktail is probably vegetarian. I highly recommend that.
Hunter, have you been to Toothsome yet?
I have not actually. I've actually been several times while Toothsome is open, but I have not stopped by. For the most part, and just kind of looking at reviews, including Darren's review and everything like that, it just seems like it's kind of expensive for what you're getting, and I wasn't really in a rush to get there.
That sounds like every theme park restaurant.
Well, Cedar's prices have just... Didn't they go up and the portion size came down?
Oh, that was the
shakes?
milkshakes, yeah.
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 They were expensive enough.
Yeah. I say just go for the bread and maybe one other appetizer. Those are pretty cheap. And then just hang out for a little bit.
Here's a quick question just before we wrap up then. I'm going to ask... I'll ask Tracy, but it doesn't really answer much. But Darren, if you were to go to City Walk for a an anniversary meal and you were to pick your favourite go-to restaurant at City Walk, where would it be?
Antojitos, probably.
Okay.
Right off the top of my head, yeah.
You've been to Vivo, haven't you?
Yeah, Vivo's nice.
Have you been to everything on City Walk then at this point then, Darren?
Yeah, I think so.
Hunter, what about you?
Oh, no. One I have not gone to. Emeralds.
Is that
Ladies
still
and gentlemen,
there?
I'll be opening up a GoFundMe.
All right.
Yeah.
Hunter, same question
Just
for you.
one meal at Emeralds.
As far as where I haven't been at City Walk?
No, where would be your sort of the top of your list to go? Just not necessarily somewhere you haven't been. Just if you and Kim were to go out for a meal and you go, right, we want to go to our favourite place, where would it be?
So is that not necessarily a romantic meal then?
No, just a where you want to go for a good. Where's your favourite place to eat at City Walk?
Ooh, at City Walk, I don't know. We really enjoyed our food at Antojitos. But maybe that's not more of a quiet like date type situation or dinner situation.
It's a bit loud in there.
Yeah, it's a little loud. Honestly, I'd still really like to. I know you guys have had awful experiences. I'd like to actually visit Cowfish at some point. Just check it out, especially now that it's 2 years later.
They might have different staff now.
I know. I feel like we should give it a second choice, but then the second chance. But the thing is, there's like Toothsome we haven't been to. There's Vivo we never got to. I really enjoyed.
Well, we're not
MBC.
going. We're not going for 3 days next time. You know, there's more than one meal, dear, and I can fit in 2 big meals every single day. Trust me.
So what places on City Walk have you not eaten then, Hunter?
I haven't eaten at like half the places. I haven't gone to Vivo. Haven't been to Emeralds. Haven't been to Bob Marley's club place.
Darren hates that place.
No thanks.
No. I've got to grow up my dreads first. It's a slow process.
We did quite a few of the new ones last time, didn't we? We did Red Oven, NBC.
I went to Breadbox recently. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, good.
Wasn't very impressed with Hot Dog Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
See, I saw someone went there the other day. I think they look really good. The hot dogs at Hot Dog Hall of Fame. But I know you won't go.
So I won't go. I'll have to have something else. I can't go because the spices in them give me crippling heartburn. It's not worth it.
I'm really surprised that how much Universal are pushing their vegetarian options at the moment that they don't do a vegetarian hot dog at Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Because you literally haven't got an option for anyone who doesn't eat meat.
A veggie dog.
Yeah, but they don't do one.
You just have a bun.
With toppings.
Yeah.
Toppings, and what do you get there? Potato chips or fries? I don't remember.
Actually, do you know what? That'd do me.
Just like crunch it up and put it on there.
Butty.
There
Chip butty.
Stick with some coleslaw on there and that'll do.
Yep.
It's weird though. It is because they have really made a big thing about the vegetarian options, and for somewhere like that one of the new ones especially, to not have a vegetarian hot dog's quite a surprise.
Yeah. It's interesting.
But yes, there's lots of Vivo's top of my list for when we go back. What are you looking like that for? What?
Now just wait for you to ask me.
Well, we haven't eaten at most of them, but go on then. Where's your go-to? If you were to go now, the ones we've eaten at.
Yeah. We didn't. It's somewhere I want to go back to, and we didn't eat there last time because there's too much new stuff. And I want to go back to Pat O'Brien's because the food was great.
Yeah, it was.
The atmosphere was amazing.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it there.
Yeah, agreed.
And that for me is a place where it could be a romantic date or it could just be a night out date.
We were really lucky. It was quite quiet when we went as well, so we got out on that back patio. It was a really nice night, and
it was light when we got there.
It was lovely.
Obviously, we were there for the night drawing in as well. But the food was excellent. The staff were great as well.
That's another place I haven't been in eaten at. I've gotten a drink from the stand outside, but I have not eaten there.
Oh, I can recommend the alcohol.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I've still got the glass. Yeah, I didn't have a hurricane last time either. Good grief, I need to go back.
Yep.
Look, I'm quite happy.
I'm just looking because I want to go, but I don't want to leave you out.
I'm not going to be left out. It's fine. I'll have a corn dog. I can eat them, which is weird.
Yeah.
Then again, that
the thing is, it's an outside kind of place, so you can either bring something else to it or bring it to somewhere else.
Yeah.
Too.
I'm not going to stop anybody from eating anywhere else. Just get me a beer. I'll be happy.
It's just, like I say, it's just really weird that they're pushing all the vegetarian options, yet one of the places has no, like, not most places at least have one vegetarian option. It has nothing.
Yeah, to be honest, vegetarian hot dogs are sneered upon.
Yeah.
And over here, I mean, we have a couple of options and they're not that good.
I think you'd rather just have a salad, right?
Yeah.
Than try to eat something like that, like
Yeah,
a
I
meat
suppose.
substitute.
Yeah.
Well, Fat Tuesdays is right around the corner there, and they're also vegetarian.
Highly
The
vegetarian.
lovely peach Bellini.
I was going to say, most alcohol is.
Well, Tracy's already. We had
So I'm
a,
going to be completely vegetarian when we go
we had
next time.
a discussion yesterday about when we finally get back out with kids, and one of Tracy's things was like, do you know what? I'm looking forward to going out, all of us, and being able to have more than one beer.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a blast.
Well, you see, the last few years when I've gone out, I've had 3 kids.
Yeah, so Hunter, me and you will be the designated prop people up so they don't fall over people.
And don't tell the kids.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to going back without the kids.
They're upstairs, they can hear.
No, but I was going to say have an adult holiday again, but that's a different show. But things like, so we can go out with Darren, Hunter and the girls
Yeah.
and not have to worry about somebody needing to be in bed, otherwise she's going to be a cow the next day. You know.
Indeed.
Oh, I need to come back now.
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
It's cheaper for 2 as well.
It's very much cheaper for 2. We can come outside of school times, which is the biggest killer.
Mhm.
Anyway, right, there you go.
All right.
Sorry, Hunter. I
What we're
derailed
talking
that
about?
there. I've no idea.
Oh,
A
vegetarian food. That looks good. Eat it. Yes.
Yeah. Or drink it.
I
Depending on
wouldn't
how
drink a
you feel.
sandwich.
You can't drink a sandwich.
Well, that is going to wrap up another episode of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. If you enjoyed the show, send all praise to me because I deserve it. No, seriously, find us, interact with us. We love having you. Join the Producers Club. It's a lot of fun. And I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Wow. This is an awful outro.
We've had worse.
Like, rate, subscribe, click the bell.
Yeah. Make sure to smash that like button.
Smash it!
Seriously, though, have a great week. See you next time.
That's it for another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Make sure you never miss a show by subscribing on iTunes, and while you're there, please leave us a rating and a review. Listen to us on Stitcher, Google Play, and all your podcast apps. Email us with any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com, or even better, record your message at speakpipe.com/uuopodcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest, keyword UUO Podcast. Check out our blog for even more content at uuopodcast.com. Well, that's a wrap. See you next week.